Oh, that's a good one. Sometimes while scrolling through TikTok, I'll find my friend's spicy takes on the governing body doctrine, and I just crack up because it's hilarious yet accurately true. Oh. Welcome to Apostate Coalition, a collaboration channel intending on bringing you news, info, education, and entertainment about high control religions. I'm Rion, an ex-Jehovah's Witness, and I've learned so much about my former religion once I let go of the fear. I found out that high control religions have many tactics they use to utilize their power to keep members under their control. Now, I enjoy seeing other people's thoughts on why they simply aren't biblical and don't add up. You're gonna love these.
Hey, how's it going? Have you ever thought about how the governing body's power came to be? It's sort of like going into a store and asking who the manager is. Hey, who's in charge here? Me. I'm in charge. Who says? Me. I say. Under whose authority? Mine. Says so in this book. Yeah, you see, I read this owner's manual a bunch of times, and I think it's talking about me, so I'm in charge. I don't think that's how that's supposed to work. Get out of my store. Conveniently, the only person that would be able to verify that is Jesus, and he was invisible in heaven, so I guess you gotta take their word for it.
So Jehovah's Witnesses believe that 144,000 people go to heaven and that everybody else will remain on the earth forever. Now, both those concepts, when you really think about it, makes no sense. Hear me out. Because the 144,000 consists of anointed men and women. The first time anointment was talked about was in Paul's day, and it was a group of hundreds of people becoming anointed. So from that point all the way to now, 2022, that has been centuries of anointment upon anointment. And you're telling me that in those multitudes of centuries, we still haven't maxed out to 144,000 people? There's people right now who are still drinking the wine because they say that they are anointed. Now, the governing body did put out an article saying that everybody who claims that they are anointed may not really be anointed. They may just be mentally diseased or whatever. And you can't tell if someone is or is not anointed because you don't know anything about the anointed unless you are anointed. And that when these anointed die, they immediately go to heaven. And then when Armageddon happens, they get to basically help Jesus rule in heaven because they used to be human. So they know how you humans think and live. And therefore, they better know how to help them. But it sounds like Jehovah already has a plan on how he's going to make everything perfect. Hence the new world, which the concept of the new world doesn't even make sense because then all of these dead corpses that's all over the world, because you know Armageddon, Jehovah basically kills anybody who isn't a Jehovah's Witness, right? So you got all these corpses that's going to be eaten up by the birds and the humans who have survived. Then people are going to start being resurrected, and then you have to teach them about Jehovah. You got to teach Abraham and Isaac and Noah how to use jw.org. And then of course everybody has to have a pet tiger, a pet lion. They have to build their dream home wherever they are because there's just an abundance, everlasting amount of space to be able to do so. Every current single sister is going to apparently be married to King David. Then Satan gets thrown to the abyss and he's gone forever. And then there's just going to be an abundance of peace forever, which means there's no adversary. There's no nothing. You're just going to be sitting in your house with your pet lion, with King David, just living forever, centuries upon centuries upon centuries. Like, that sounds very unappealing. The best thing about life is that the fact that you can't plan how things come up. Life just throws things at you, and that's what keeps things going. If there's nothing going and we're just happily serving Jehovah forever and there's no adversary, there's no nothing, what's the purpose? Right, there is none because it's all nonsense.
So something the Jehovah's Witnesses always talk about is how women are to be in subjection to men and they are not allowed to teach in the congregation. Yet women can be of the anointed. Jehovah's Witnesses believe that the anointed will be co-rulers with Jesus in heaven. So one might conclude that the anointed are in a position of leadership. As soon as they pass on now, they go straight up to heaven and chill with Jesus. Women on earth always submit to what the men say. In no circumstances can a woman take leadership positions in the Jehovah's Witness congregation, but they can be anointed. Like, make it make sense. Another point, all of their depictions of the anointed and all of their illustrations throughout all of their publications, they are old white men. There are no women, there are no people of color. Isn't that a bit fishy? Careful, Watchtower. Your misogynistic white supremacist roots are showing.
What is your plan B if nobody marries you?
Well, my plan A is to wait until the new system to get married so that I can marry like one of King David's resurrected sons. Learn more at jw.org.
Smash. Get it?
You think about it, we're born as enemies of God.
Actually, when you think about it, this is an excellent tactic to keep my flock in place. You see, by me telling everybody that even when you're born, you're an enemy of God, it means you're just going to have to work that much harder to build a personal relationship with Him. What's that? You haven't been able to really make a personal relationship with God? Must be because you're born an enemy and you've got to work really hard to earn God's trust. So these cult leaders work very hard to make sure that you are too afraid to leave and that the outside world is way worse than what they're offering. In the meantime, they want to take your money. They absolutely have no problem taking away and disrupting your family if somebody doesn't agree with it. These cult leaders have totally hijacked this entire religion and just stealing everybody's money. That's it.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's Pikachu!
It's Clefairy!
I'd like to thank all the TikTok creators that we featured in this video because you gave me some really good belly laughs. Please go give them a like and subscribe if you're on TikTok. Sometimes seeing other people's opinions and thoughts on these harmful doctrines can open our eyes to many things that we hadn't realized and help us to process some of the emotions attached to them. Thanks for watching. Leave us a like and subscribe. We will see you soon. Bye-bye.